With the Hopien Party, we will finally no longer have to place blind trust in our representatives for every decision, and in a moment you'll hear on an individual level, you or I can focus our attention on what's really important to us. Individually, gaining the powerful ability to actually suggest and incorporate changes to the laws and policies around us at every level of government. This will finally give each and every one of us the ability of commanding a desire that we have wished for so long. And that is for our direct word and vote to be the answer for everything we're forced to pay taxes into. I'm talking about, of course, having your agreement or disagreement be counted on for all governmental matters within your city, your state, and in the end, of course, your country. So yeah, this would be making us all mini politicians of sorts, but only when we choose to be, and with the freedom to change our minds whenever we wish, but just within a set deadline as usual. And the part that I'm actually most excited about, and that I believe will be the most drastic improvement to our life, is one that comes with great power and responsibility. Because it lets us all guide ourselves toward a destination of our choice. And it would operate off of how much you and everyone around you in your tax sphere of influence choose to participate. And this would literally allow you to suggest to your fellow citizens what you care about most. And if your suggestion is successful with getting the majority of us to all agree on 2 separate occasions, then we'll actually experience it eventually transform into a law of some format. So should you be brave and caring enough to finally voice your thoughts and your priorities on how we as a community should all live, then with this, you'll be putting your suggestion up front and center for us all to see, either with pride or if you wish it honestly. And the way that'll work, plain and simple, is by putting it on our representatives' plate once your suggestion hits a certain amount of agreements while still maintaining the majority favor. Then once it appears on our representatives' plate, so to speak, after they figure out all the logistics of it and after some editing if necessary, it'll come down to a second and last round of decision making before it finally gets put into legislation. And the last round of voting is important for 2 reasons. One is so we can have the ability to improve on the policy you suggested if we deem it necessary. And the second reason is to provide us the opportunity to flip sides in case we've had a change of heart or missed voting on it the first time around. So yes, we would still require representatives because they help in facilitating our concerns, and when we're not around to participate, they would still make crucial initial decisions that require time and logistics. But now finally, we can all have a chance at having a completely transparent government, not only because the whole world can see the voting as it's happening, but most importantly, because the decision, the instrument for change, will be our majority's decision and never an individual's again. No offense meant to existing politicians, but you must recognize it is literally impossible for you to represent everyone's voice. So the Hopien representatives, who in turn choose to speak up for us and want to truly represent the majority of us Americans, must understand your decision on topics are always made by us individuals who land on the majority side. The people you're paid to represent, and never just your own decisions or the corporations that maybe paid you before joining us. With this, we may finally be able to incorporate every person's intelligent proposition in a manner more efficient and on a scale like we've never seen before in the history of our kind. As long as we can put aside our greed, because after all, we are not one individual experiencing this universe, and we benefit from everyone who has something to offer us. We thrive on the interactions we have with one another, so let this be about the collective intelligence of every one of us banding together as a real community. Finally cutting away any discrimination based on previous prejudice we may have held for one another.